literally told her, I was like, my mother paid for this, okay? So I'm not taking it off. I asked, this was the purpose of me asking what makeup looks were we doing. The lady suggested it and I went for it because you guys said, just come back looking good. Now all of a sudden you want me to take off something that my mom has purchased for me? Goodbye. It's not happening.
Baby, I'm talking crazy. I need you running my space, but I need it, baby. I'm late, but
Hey y'all, it's KaetheDoll. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. I'm so happy to see you again. So recently my best friend and I were talking about making yourself smaller to make the people around you feel more comfortable. In other words, not doing too much so that everybody else can feel okay with not doing enough, okay? And I don't know if I got some trauma or what, but all of these suppressed memories started coming up, and one memory in particular came up. So you know what I decided to do? Share my trauma on the internet. So let's get into it. So this particular story time took place in 9th grade, my freshman year of high school. And at my school, we always have this thing called Royal Court. And at other schools, you will have like a homecoming queen and a homecoming court, where ours lasted all year. So how it would work was at the end of every school year, you would have to campaign for whatever position you wanted. And if you won the next year, you would be that position. So instead of having like a 9th grade homecoming queen or whatever, we had Miss Freshman, Miss Sophomore, Miss Junior, Miss Senior, and then the top dog, homecoming queen, basically. So we represented the school all year. Now, y'all know me, and I'm very glam. I've always been this way. So I had my eyes on Miss Freshman. I'm like, I'm going to be Miss Freshman. So I campaigned at the end of 8th grade year, and I won. And so fast forward to 9th grade, I'm now Miss Freshman. It got to the point where we were supposed to go to a football game. That's kind of what we did. But I'm not talking about going to a football game in jeans and a t-shirt. I'm talking about dresses, suits, crowns, sashes, everything, okay? It was a big deal for my school. Or at least we thought it was. I don't know. But yeah, it was a big deal. So it wasn't just like, oh, you just come in, whatever. We were uniformed. We had to learn how to walk together and everything. This is going to be our first appearance as a court, okay? This is going to be the first time people seeing you as Miss Freshman or Miss Junior or whatever you was. It's going to be the first time appearing in public as that thing. So you know we're trying to look good, right? Like, you know we're trying to look cute. But we did not have like a makeup artist to do everybody's makeup. So it gets to the point where we call a meeting, or we go to the meeting and we're like, okay, what are we going to do about hair and makeup? The solution that we came to on the makeup was to go and get your makeup done. I made sure to ask questions because I'm like, okay, is there going to be a particular look? Are we going to do like colors, or are we just going to do natural? What are we going to do? And basically nobody had an answer. It was just like, come back looking good. I'm like, say no mas, like say no more, whatever. Tell me why I decide with my mom to go to MAC, because my mom has always been the type of person, she's like, you gonna present yourself a certain way. Like, I don't care who everybody else is going to, but you're gonna go to a professional or somebody that we know we can trust, i.e. MAC. Like I said, this was freshman year. So I go, and the lady is teaching me things, and the way that it worked then was you bought a certain amount of products or a certain dollar amount of products, and then they do your makeup for free. And that's what I did. And so the lady was like, oh, what are you wearing? Like, what are you guys wearing tonight? And I was like, oh, we have green dresses, because we did. And she was like, I know what would be so beautiful on you, a red lip. Now, like I said, you just heard me tell you, I asked all these questions, like what could we do, what couldn't we do, and all this other stuff. I asked how we were supposed to get the makeup done, and there was no rules. So I had a very neutral eye, like a goldish eye. So I'm like, okay, wing liner, whatever, whatever. And the lady's like, oh, this red is going to be so bomb on you, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, let's do it if you think it's going to look good. Because they had already said there was no rules, okay? Tell me why I get back, when I tell y'all that lady beat me down, she beat me down. Like, I don't even know, I know she probably not there no more, but she beat me down. I can't even express. I wish I had pictures and stuff, but it was so good, so smooth. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I get back to the school because we have to meet at the school, then commute to the football field or the football stadium. And we getting ready, and I feel like people are acting weird because when I came in the door, all the guys were like, oh my God, like you look so good, blah, blah, blah. Even the dude that was over us, so basically the guy who was in charge of Royal Court, he was a teacher. Even he was like, oh my God, like you look amazing. And I was like, thank you, blah, blah, blah. But the girls is acting strange. The girls is acting like they mad for some reason. And so we're all supposed to be getting ready together. That turned into me getting ready by myself. And my mom was there to help me get ready because everybody else wanted to act weird. Fast forward, we're going to call the main homecoming queen, like the top dog homecoming queen, we're going to call her Jasmine. Now, in order to be like the big homecoming queen, you had to be a senior, which is why I was Miss Freshman because I was only in the 9th grade. And so it gets to the point where Jasmine is acting a little funny. She goes into the bathroom with a couple of other people and they closing the door. So it's seeming like they're talking trash, but I'm like, I'm not stunned, y'all. You know how when you feeling yourself, it's kind of just like, well, it is what it is. If they're being mean, it is what it is. Like, if y'all don't want to talk, y'all don't have to talk. Because I'm out here with the people who acting normal and they like, dang, you look good. So it gets to the point where Jasmine sends a person who's not even on the royal court out of the bathroom to ask me if I can take my red lipstick off. So the person comes to me and they're like,
oh, Jasmine's mad, and Jasmine just feels like you're doing too much. Like, why would you go and get a red lip? You look like you're supposed to be the top dog queen, basically homecoming queen. You look like you're supposed to be homecoming queen and you're just Miss Freshman. Like, why is it that you have on a red lip?
So basically saying that I shit looked too good and she was not doing as much as me. And so she wanted me to take my red lip off. Mind you, my mama paid for this. That's how I was thinking. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I literally told her, I was like, my mother paid for this, okay? So I'm not taking it off. I asked, this was the purpose of me asking what makeup looks were we doing. The lady suggested it and I went for it because you guys said, just come back looking good. Now all of a sudden you want me to take off something that my mom has purchased for me? Goodbye. It's not happening. So that was a whole thing, a whole thing. Because she's like, I literally heard her say, she's acting like she's the queen. When I tell y'all, sometimes you're going to have that, like, people who feel so offended by you just being you or you just taking pride in the way that you look. My mom took me to MAC. She didn't care how much it was going to cost because she wanted me to present myself a certain way. Your mama could have took you there too. You could have took yourself there, okay? But for you to approach me, not even approach me, just talk trash and send somebody else to me to tell me to take my lipstick off, you are crazy. Like, you're crazy. That gives me the vibes of those people that are getting married, right? So a bride is getting married and she invites you to the wedding, but she tell you, oh, you don't need to do too much. You need to dress this way. I don't want you wearing this. Don't even do your makeup. Basically, she's telling you that you need to look ugly and not be you if you want to come to the wedding. I never understand that because I'm just like, don't invite that person if you are not secure enough in yourself. Like, granted, don't be doing crazy stuff. Don't wear white and stuff like that, trying to compete. But if you're a person who just naturally likes to get glam, like, and everybody knows you as that, if you don't want me to show up looking how I normally look and everybody knows I look that way, just don't invite me. I never understand that. So with this situation, it was like giving the same energy. And so when me and my best friend were talking about this, I just thought, like, it's been so many times where people have gotten pissed off about the person that I am and I've always been. They try to make it seem like you're doing too much. I'm like, I have a neutral eye. I just have a red lip because the lady was like, the red lip is gonna pop with the green dress. And she was definitely right. She knew her stuff, okay? But yeah, like, what type of shit is that? So again, I do not take my stuff off. I'm not gonna take my lipstick off. My mom already bought it. I'm not wasting her money. It is what it is. We get to the football field to walk the field and like to appear. And then the following week, because the football game was that Friday, the following week, everybody was like, oh my God, you look so good, blah, blah, blah. And Jasmine was still mad, y'all. She was still mad. Then the next meeting that we had, why did the guy that was over Royal Court tell everybody it was mandatory to go to MAC? Like, you had to go to MAC. I'm like, I was gonna go to MAC anyway. But you see what I'm saying? Like, that guy was like, you look good. I'm not gonna hate on you. Actually, I'm gonna set the standard based off you, and I'm gonna tell everybody else to go. Why be mad? Just keep up, okay? Catch up and keep up. So if you're in a similar situation where somebody is trying to take your voice away because they feel like you're too loud, just be who you are. You don't have to be in your face, but don't change how you express yourself. You should be expressing yourself in a way that you are happy with, no matter what. And you might have a whole bunch of Jasmines, or maybe just one in your life that is trying to make you take your red lip off. Your mama gave you that lip, so wear it with pride, okay? Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.